Which ocean is the largest? Pacific Ocean. How many continents are there in the world? 7. Which animal is known as the king of the jungle? Lion. Ati. What is the main ingredient in guacamole? Avocado. Who wrote the play Romeo and Juliet? William Shakespeare. What year did the Titanic sink? 1912. Which country is home to the ancient city of Petra? Jordan. What's the name of the first artificial Earth satellite? Sputnik 1. Which vitamin is primarily obtained from sunlight? Vitamin D. What is the name of the world's oldest known written story? The Epic of Gilgamesh. Who was the first person to win 2 Nobel Prizes in different scientific fields? Marie Curie. What is the only country that is also a continent and an island? Australia.
What color is the sun? White. Which planet do we live on? Earth. How many days are in a week? 7. Which animal is known as man's best friend? A dog.
What is the currency of Japan? Yen. Who painted the Mona Lisa? Leonardo da Vinci. Which gas do plants use for photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide. What's the longest river in the world? Nile. Who developed the theory of general relativity? Albert Einstein. What's the rarest blood type in humans? AB negative. What's the tallest mountain underwater? Mauna Kea. What was the first country to give women the right to vote? New Zealand.
What is the only letter not used in any U.S. state name? Hey, Hugh. What is the name of the scale used to measure spiciness? Scoville scale. Which chemical element was formerly known as stannum? Tin. What year did the Chernobyl disaster occur? 1986. Which planet is known as the Red Planet? Mars. How many legs does a spider have? 8. What is the capital of Portugal? Lisbon. What is the name of the longest river in South America? Amazon River. Who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel? Michelangelo. What is the smallest country in the world by land area? Vatican City. What is the currency of Poland? Polish zloty. In Greek mythology, who is the god of the underworld? Hades. Which element has the chemical symbol Sen? Tin. Which year did the first human heart transplant take place? 1967. What is the name of the largest volcano in the solar system? Olympus Mons. Who won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1953? Winston Churchill.
What color is the sky on a clear day? Blue, white check mark. Which animal says moo? white check mark. How many legs does a spider have? 8, white check mark. Which planet is known as the red planet? Mars, white check mark. What is the capital of France? Paris, white check mark. What is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan? Tinker Bell, white check mark. Which is the largest organ in the human body? Skin, white check mark. What is the square root of 144? 12, white check mark. Which element has the chemical symbol O? Gold, white check mark.
Which shape has 3 sides? Triangle. What do bees make? Honey. What's the name of the fairy in Peter Pan? Tinker Bell. Who wrote Romeo and Juliet? William Shakespeare. Which metal is liquid at room temperature? Mercury. What's the main ingredient in guacamole? Avocado. Which planet has the shortest day? Jupiter. How many symphonies did Beethoven write? 9. What is the capital of Bhutan? Thimphu. What's the national animal of Scotland? Unicorn. Who holds the record for most Nobel Prizes awarded to an individual? Marie Curie. What is the longest English word without a vowel? Rhythms. Which day comes after Friday? Saturday. What do you use to write on a blackboard? Chalk. How many wheels does a bicycle have? 2 wheels. Which country is shaped like a boot? Italy. What do you call a baby goat? Kid. What is the capital city of Canada? Ottawa. Which planet spins the fastest on its axis? Jupiter. What is Shakespeare's longest play? Hamlet. What is the boiling point of water in Fahrenheit? 212 degrés. What is the only letter that doesn't appear in any U.S. state name? What is the name of the device used to measure earthquakes? Seismograph. How many digits of pi are known as of now to the closest trillion? Over 100 trillion digits. What is the freezing point of water in degrees Celsius? 0 degrees Celsius. Which shape has 4 sides? Square. Which planet is closest to the Sun? Mercury. What language is primarily spoken in Brazil? Portuguese. Who discovered gravity after seeing a falling apple? Isaac Newton. What is the chemical formula for water? H2O. Which desert is the largest in the world by area? Antarctic Desert. What is the capital city of New Zealand? Wellington. Which scientist proposed the 3 laws of motion? Isaac Newton. What is the name of the mathematical theorem that starts with Fermat's? Fermat's last theorem. Who composed the opera The Magic Flute? Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. In which year was the first email sent? 1971. Which shape has 4 equal sides? Square. What do you use to write on a blackboard? Chalk. What color do you get when you mix red and white? Pink. How many teeth does an adult human usually have? 32. Which planet has the most moons? Saturn. What's the name of the galaxy closest to the Milky Way? Andromeda. Which ancient language is the root of many modern European languages? Latin. Which musical instrument has 47 strings and 7 pedals? Harp. How many players are on a football, soccer team on the field? 11. Which sport uses a racket, a net, and a shuttlecock? Badminton. In which sport do you shoot hoops? Basketball. Which country has won the most FIFA World Cups? Brazil. What is the name of the tennis tournament held in Paris on clay courts? French Open. Roland Garros. Which sport is the term birdie used? Golf. Which athlete has won the most Olympic medals in history? Michael Phelps. In which year was the first modern Olympic Games held? 1896. What is the only country to have played in every FIFA World Cup tournament? Brazil.
How many hours are there in a day? 24. Which fruit is known for keeping the doctor away if eaten daily? Apple.
Which instrument has black and white keys? Piano. Which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the United States? France. What does www stand for in a website browser? World Wide Web. Which element has the atomic number 1? Hydrogen. In what year did World War II end? 1945. What is the name of the largest moon of Saturn? It's Titan. Who was the first computer programmer in history? Ada Lovelace. What is the name of the deepest known point in the Earth's oceans? Mariana Trench. Which scientist developed the first successful polio vaccine? Jonas Salk. What sport is known as the king of sports? Football, soccer. How many points is a touchdown worth in American football? 6. Which sport is played on ice with sticks and a puck? Ice hockey. Which country hosts the Tour de France? France. What is the maximum break possible in a game of snooker? 147. In cricket, how many players are on a team? 11. Which country won the first ever Rugby World Cup in 1987? New Zealand. What is the name of the boxing move where a boxer dodges by, quickly lowering their body? Ducking. Which woman has won the most Grand Slam singles titles in tennis? Margaret Court. How many days are in the month of February during a leap year? 29. What do you call a house made of ice? Igloo. What is the name of the pirate in Peter Pan? Captain Hook. Which country hosted the 2016 Summer Olympics? Brazil. What is the capital of Mongolia? Ulaanbaatar. Which blood type is known as the universal donor? O negative. Which African country has Spanish as an official language? Equatorial Guinea. Which element was the first to be artificially created in a lab? Technetium. What's the name of the longest-serving monarch in Japanese history? Emperor Hirohito. Which planet do we live on? Earth. Which country gave us pizza and pasta? Italy. What is the boiling point of water in Celsius? 100 degrees. Which city is known as the City of 100 Spires? Prague. In computing, what does CPU stand for? Central Processing Unit. What is the longest river in Asia? Yangtze River. Which molecule carries genetic instructions in living organisms? DNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid. What's the name of the spacecraft that carried the first humans to the moon? Apollo 11. What is the name of the only planet that rotates on its side? Uranus.